Hello, my name is Jamil Figueroa. So back over Christmas, I ended up getting Bell's palsy, and it was a very traumatic experience for me. I was driving down 41, getting ready to go to the Christmas parade. I had 1,001 things to do on my mind, and all of a sudden, my eye started to convulse and close shut. At that moment, the first thing you think of is stroke, right? So of course I go to the Google, and it gives me two options. It could be a stroke or Bell's palsy, but either way, I need to go to the hospital. So I went ahead and did that. And while our hospital gave me the treatment that I needed at that moment to make sure that I was stabilized and safe, I ended up leaving the ER with a lot more questions than answers. They did give me a packet to take home, and I basically sat there and I didn't even know where to begin. So I started my own research. I unfortunately did not have a primary at the time, so I didn't even have that kind of guidance. When I went to Google and I decided to look up what exactly was Bell's palsy, I found out a lot. I found out a lot more than I did, unfortunately, from the visit to the ER that I had. And in my research, I found that one of the top recommendations for therapy for Bell's palsy is going to a chiropractor. And the first people I thought of was Family Chiropractic. My own shameless plug is I have worked with Family Chiropractic for years within the community and the school district, and they have been a wonderful sponsor for so many different schools here in Hernando County. So whenever I can give my support, Family Chiropractic is who I always go to first. So I did. And when I came in here, it had been a while since my last visit, so I got to sit with Dr. Garcia, and I immediately just started crying. Well, I started crying from my good eye. And he didn't react. He didn't make me feel like I was taking too much of his time. He literally just let me cry in front of him, and I just told him everything. And I felt how the system was broken, and how come now I have to take a pill for the side effects of all the other pills that I'm on, and why am I having all these extreme rare side effects? Because I've always been a firm believer, if you give your body the right things, it will heal itself. But I was so out of whack, I didn't even know what the right thing was. After, it could have been 5 minutes, it could have been 10 minutes, and I think I finally stopped crying. He took a deep breath with me. He's like, okay, now take a breath. All right. So, and then we started my plan, and it was wonderful. For the first time, I didn't feel overwhelmed. I didn't feel like I had more questions than answers. I felt that even though I didn't have one cure-all answer, now we had a plan, and I had somebody that was willing to work with me and never made me feel like I was overreacting or I was being too much or I had too many questions. And with the patience of a saint, that man has answered every single one of my questions. And it was a wild ride. We had started twice a week, but at one point the pain was so severe that I came into that midweek adjustment, and I just started crying. And he said, do you want to go to 3 times a week? I was like, yes, please. And it was exactly what I needed, because once I did that extra session, I'm telling you, the neurons started firing. My eye would randomly start convulsing. My cheek would start picking up again. And everybody was telling me at first, the 2 weeks before I started coming to the chiropractor, I was looking worse every single day. Once I started coming, it almost felt like my recovery was faster than your average Google textbook answer. And then of course with that, Dr. Garcia helped me with the foods that I should be eating, what I should be providing my body with that help and have anti-inflammatory properties. Because again, this was all new to me. Nobody wakes up at 38 and thinks, today is the day I'm gonna get Bell's palsy. So the recovery wasn't just my alignment. It was aligning my body, but also aligning me mentally as well. Because when this starts feeling good, this starts feeling good. But also at the same time, when this starts feeling good, this starts feeling good. So it's been a wild journey, and I've been coming here consistently since December. And because of that, I've been able to work on other parts of my body that I just chalked up to older age, or because I slept wrong, or I worked out too hard. I ended up also finding out that I have plantar fasciitis. So again, went to my primary doctor. She looked at it, lovely woman. She said, you have plantar fasciitis. I asked, okay, what can I do? You could buy certain shoes for it. Okay. That was it. I came here, updated Dr. Garcia on my latest diagnosis, and he said, did she offer a shot? And I said, no. He goes, well, I would like to recommend shockwave therapy. So now I've been coming every other week for that as well. And I cannot tell you the relief that I've been feeling, because if you've lived with chronic pain, there comes a time in your life where you just think that's normal. You've been carrying that pain so much that you think it's normal, and you don't know what it is to live without that pain. And the very first treatment, I felt relief. I didn't realize how much pain I had been in and how much I had overcompensated walking and how much I have stopped running because of the pain. And I just chalked it up to it being normal. It's not normal to live in pain every day. So I am fanatic about coming to Family Chiropractic actually first before I start seeing my specialist. I run everything through Dr. Garcia first before I start making my appointments for like the different referrals I have. So it is one of the most trusted places that I have ever been, and I have been a diagnosed asthmatic since I was 2. So I've seen a lot of doctors. I've been to a lot of different offices, and this place is home. Everybody knows my name. Everybody knows my daughter's name. She comes here and she's getting adjusted. She actually just broke her tailbone. And who was the first people we came to? Family Chiropractic. They got her in immediately. We got x-rays the same day and we came up with a plan. So if I'm ever recommending anybody and any of my loved ones, it's always going to be Family Chiropractic. And I hope you have a beautiful day.